Welcome back to Old Charles. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting, focusing on the United States quarter dollar from the year 1977. This coin is part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been one of the most widely collected and circulated series in American numismatics since its introduction in 1932. The 1977 quarter was minted during a period when the United States Mint was producing large quantities of coins for everyday circulation, but that does not mean that these coins are without value or interest to collectors. In fact, understanding the value of a 1977 quarter requires looking at several key factors, including its mint mark, its condition, and its rarity. The 1977 United States quarter dollar was struck at three different mints in the United States: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia minted coins typically have no mint mark. Denver minted coins carry a small d, and San Francisco minted coins carry an s. These mint marks are located on the obverse side of the coin just to the right of Washington's neck, and they can influence the coin's value because collectors often seek coins from specific mints for their collections. It is important to note that the San Francisco coins from 1977 were primarily produced for proof sets, which means they were struck with extra care to produce a sharp, detailed finish, and they are generally more valuable than the standard circulation coins from Philadelphia and Denver. When discussing the value of a 1977 quarter, condition plays a crucial role. The coin grading system ranges from poor to mint state, with several grades in between. For example, a circulated coin that shows significant wear with flattened details and a dull surface will generally have a low market value, possibly only slightly above its face value. On the other hand, an uncirculated coin which shows no signs of wear and retains all of its original luster can command a higher premium depending on the demand among collectors. In some cases, exceptional examples of uncirculated 1977 quarters with pristine surfaces and sharp details can be worth several times their face value, especially if they are certified by a professional grading service. Another factor that can influence the value of a 1977 quarter is the presence of errors or varieties. Some coins may have minor minting errors, such as double dies where the design elements appear slightly doubled, or off-center strikes where the coin was not perfectly aligned during the minting process. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors and can significantly increase a coin's value beyond the standard market rate. For example, a 1977 quarter with a noticeable die crack or a small off-center strike can be sold for dozens or even hundreds of dollars depending on the severity and visibility of the error. The historical context of the 1977 quarter also adds an element of interest to collectors. Understanding the time period in which a coin was minted can give insight into its production and circulation patterns. The 1970s were a period of high coin production in the United States due to economic factors and increased demand for coinage. This means that while the 1977 quarter is relatively common in circulation, it still holds numismatic value when preserved in high grades, or as part of a complete collection including all mint marks and proof coins. For collectors looking to purchase or sell a 1977 quarter, it is important to consult reliable coin guides or professional grading services to accurately determine the value. This can include examining the coin under proper lighting and magnification to assess wear, damage, and luster, as well as checking for any minting errors that could increase its worth. Online marketplaces and coin auctions often provide current market trends and realized prices for coins in various conditions, which can help collectors make informed decisions. It is also recommended to store coins properly using coin holders or albums to prevent damage and preserve their value over time. The history of the 1977 United States quarter dollar is deeply connected to the Washington Quarter series, which was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. The design was created by John Flanagan and features a profile of George Washington on the obverse side, which remains largely unchanged to this day. The reverse of the coin has traditionally featured an eagle with outstretched wings perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath, though this reverse design was later replaced by the 50-state quarters program beginning in 1999. By 1977, the Washington quarter had been in continuous production for over 4 decades and had become a staple of American coinage. The United States Mint was producing these coins in massive quantities to meet the Demands of a growing economy and widespread use in everyday transactions at this time quarters were made from a cupronickel composition with a pure copper core, which had been the standard since 1965. Prior to that, quarters were made with 90% silver and 10% copper. The shift from silver to cupronickel was a result of rising silver prices and the Coinage Act of 1965, which aimed to preserve the nation's silver reserves while still producing durable coins for circulation. The year 1977 itself was not associated with any major commemorative releases in the quarter series, but it represents an era of steady production and circulation which makes the coin historically interesting to collectors. Understanding the context of the 1970s in the United States helps illuminate why the 1977 quarter is both common and collectible. The 1970s were a period of economic challenges, including inflation and changes in monetary policy, which increased the reliance on coins for everyday commerce. Unlike earlier decades, quarters were widely used in vending machines, parking meters, payphones, and transportation systems, making them an essential part of daily life. From a minting perspective, the 1977 quarter was produced at 3 facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The Philadelphia and Denver mints were responsible for producing coins for general circulation, while the San Francisco Mint produced proof coins intended for collectors. These proof coins were struck using specially prepared dies and planchets to create a highly polished mirror-like finish and sharp details, which made them especially desirable for numismatists. The mint marks are important historically because they reflect the origin of the coins and allow collectors to track the production numbers and distribution patterns for each mint. The Washington Quarter Series, including the 1977 issue, also reflects broader historical developments in American numismatics. The switch from silver to base metal coins in the mid-1960s was a major turning point that influenced the production and circulation of quarters for decades. The 1977 quarter represents one of the earliest generations of post-silver quarters, and as such it holds a place in the history of coinage as part of the modernization of United States currency. The coin also reflects the artistic continuity of the Flanagan design, which has remained a symbol of stability and tradition in American coinage despite changing economic circumstances. Collectors often value the 1977 quarter not only for its face value or rarity but also for its connection to everyday American history. The coin circulated in homes, stores, and businesses across the country and served as a witness to the social and economic life of the United States during the late 1970s. The design of George Washington facing left is emblematic of the nation's respect for its first president and continues a tradition of honoring historical figures on circulating coinage which dates back to the earliest coins produced by the United States Mint in the late 18th century. The 1977 quarter also has historical significance in the context of coin collecting itself. The 1970s saw a surge in interest in numismatics as a hobby and investment, with collectors seeking coins in higher grades and looking for varieties and errors. The widespread circulation of coins from this period means that many collectors today can still find examples of the 1977 quarter in pocket change or coin rolls, making it an accessible entry point for those interested in learning about United States coins and their history. Finally, the 1977 quarter illustrates the broader story of the Washington Quarter Series, which spans nearly a century of American coinage history from the initial commemorative issue in 1932 to the widespread circulation through the 1970s and beyond. The coin has served as both currency and collectible object. Its enduring design and steady production reflect the stability of the United States Mint and the ongoing cultural importance of coins in everyday American life. The 1977 quarter stands as a small but significant artifact of this history, preserving both the artistry of John Flanagan and the practical function of currency in a changing society. When discussing the condition of a 1977 United States quarter dollar, it is essential to understand that condition is one of the most important factors in determining a coin's value. A coin from 1977 may look ordinary at first glance, but small differences in wear, luster, and surface quality can make a significant difference to collectors. The most widely used system for evaluating coin condition is the Sheldon coin grading scale, which ranges from poor on the low end to mint state on the high end, with many intermediate grades such as fair, good, very good, fine, very fine, extremely fine, about uncirculated, and multiple mint state levels. A circulated 1977 quarter will show varying degrees of wear depending on how long it was used in everyday transactions. The lowest grades include poor, where most details of Washington's portrait and the eagle on the reverse are barely visible, and the edges are heavily worn. Coins in good condition will still show most design elements, But with significant flattening and loss of detail, coins in very good and fine grades will retain more visible design features but will still show smoothing on high points, and a lack of original mint luster. Coins in extremely fine condition are considered high quality. For circulated coins, they show only minor wear on the highest points of Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers and retain some of the original luster. The surfaces are generally clean and free from major scratches or nicks. About uncirculated coins show very minimal wear, often limited to the tips of the highest points, and may have a slightly faded luster but otherwise appear nearly new. These coins are often sought after by collectors who want a circulated coin that still looks attractive and well preserved. Uncirculated or mint state 1977 quarters are those that show no signs of wear and retain their full original mint luster. These coins are often graded from MS60 to MS70, with MS70 representing a perfect coin with no visible imperfections. Even under magnification, mint state coins can command a premium over their face value and are highly desirable for collectors looking to assemble complete collections or showcase coins in pristine condition. Proof coins produced at the San Francisco Mint in 1977 are specially struck for collectors and have a mirror-like finish with sharply defined details. These proof coins are usually graded separately and can be worth significantly more than regular circulation coins even in lower grades. Another aspect of condition to consider is the presence of toning scratches or environmental damage. A coin that has been exposed to harsh conditions such as moisture or acidic surfaces may develop discoloration or corrosion, which can reduce its value even if it appears uncirculated at first glance. Similarly, coins that have been cleaned improperly often lose their natural luster and may receive lower grades from professional grading services. Collectors are generally advised to handle coins carefully using gloves or soft cloths and to store them in protective holders, albums or capsules to preserve their condition over time. For collectors evaluating a 1977 quarter, it is important to examine both the obverse and reverse sides for where marks, scratches, nicks and signs of circulation. Coins should be inspected under proper lighting and magnification to determine the level of detail remaining. In Washington's portrait, the eagle's feathers and the lettering around the edges. Minor variations in strike quality from the mint can also affect the appearance and should be taken into account when assessing condition. Some coins may have sharper details and stronger luster than others even within the same mint year. In summary, the condition of a 1977 United States $quarter ranges from heavily worn, circulated coins with little remaining detail to pristine uncirculated mint state examples with full luster and sharp features. The Sheldon grading system provides a standardized way to describe these differences and helps collectors and sellers communicate clearly about the quality of a coin. Coins in higher grades command higher premiums and are more sought after in the numismatic community, while lower grade coins are generally more accessible but still valuable for educational purposes and general collection. Completing a set with coins in the best possible condition is a primary goal for M.